I'm very honored to be part of such an impressive group of the Blue Knights Hall of Fame. Um, the drum corps activity has always meant a lot to me. My dad marched. I marched in Pennsylvania for 6 years. Both my boys marched in the Blue Knights in the 90s. We all were trumpet players, by the way. But I think the greatest gift has been my involvement with the Blue Knights and all the people. I think back and all of the volunteers and the board members, the caption heads and their staffs, the wonderful design teams that we've had, and probably most importantly, the members. And one of my greatest experiences that I have is that if I run into Blue Knight alumni that marched 15, 20 years ago, and they're now in a professional part of their life with families, and it's just so exciting for me to stay in touch with those people. It's truly been a really rewarding experience. So I just want to thank you so much for this recognition. It means so much to me. And I also want to congratulate my fellow group that is inducted. They're inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. Thank you.
It's an honor to be inducted into the Blue Knights Hall of Fame in the company of this elite group. To the Blue Knights I was privileged to march alongside decades ago. This one's for you.
Thank you to the Blue Knights Hall of Fame Committee for this recognition. It is an honor to be recognized with the inductees of the last 2 years and this year's honorees. Volunteering for Ascend for the last 26 years, I have done almost every available volunteer job and met and made incredible friends. Working with Mark Arnold on fundraising and grant writing for all these years, and recently with GM Kuzma on social media to promote fundraising, we've had good years, down years, and challenging years. This year has been very challenging due to COVID-19. However, our motivating factor has been watching the kind of people Blue Knights then and Ascend now has produced. I am proud of the accomplishments of our alumni from 1958 to the present. What the organization has accomplished to appeal to a very talented group of youth, no matter which ensemble, to want to belong, provides the incentive to make sure we find the money to get them marching on. Besides Mark and GM, I want to thank Rosalie Danskin for being there for information for reports and pep talks. The Corporate Board's Development Committee, who helped to diversify fundraising for Ascend these last 2 years, and a special group of people dubbed the Dinosaurs. These are volunteers, some who preceded Vic and me, and others who remain as volunteers after their child is no longer marching. You know who you are, and thank you for being there when I needed you.
I would like to thank the Hall of Fame Committee for nominating me for the Hall of Fame. With honor and pride, I accept this honor. I think back to 1995 when my son left the Blue Knights to continue his education. I thought, wow, this is the end of volunteering for the Blue Knights. But because of their philosophy and their mission statement to educate and develop their kids to be a better person and a better musician, I continue to volunteer. The other reason I stayed was the people. The past and the present, the wonderful people I have met and worked with. They made work fun and enjoyable. I won't name names because I know I'll forget someone and they'll be mad. So again, I thank the committee for nominating and I accept this wonderful honor. So Blue Knights, let's go on.
Thank you for this honor. Blue Knights has a special place in my heart. I've made so many good friends and watched so many corps members grow up to be successful adults. It just is a wonderful place to volunteer my time, and I've enjoyed it so much. I am so pleased with this honor, and I thank you so very much. Thank you.
I must say that it is a tremendous honor to be selected for the Blue Knights Hall of Fame. While my involvement in the performing arts goes back to when I was younger, it was the summer of '94 as a young mellophone player with the Blue Knights Drum and Bugle Corps that had a lasting and positive impression on me, my family, and my career. Thank you to my mother and father for supporting me for going away for 3 months on an adventure. And if it wasn't for my friend Dave Bardell encouraging me to audition on an audio cassette tape, I truly believe I would not be as successful without the Blue Knights in my life. So what is it that makes the Blue Knights so special? Well, I would offer it's the members, educators, our admin, drivers, volunteers, family, friends, and alumni. They power this organization to go beyond just doing good enough in all we do. The Blue Knights are supported by so many dedicated people who care about this nonprofit and its mission. And I would like to take a moment to just mention a few who have made a significant impact during my experience since I marched in 1994. I am inspired by today's Blue Knights members who have demonstrated incredible resiliency in the face of extraordinary worldwide events. And we would not be here today without our dedicated alumni. Blue Knights such as Dave Marvin, Mike Jackson, Andy Smart, Abe Eng, Keenan Evans, and Jake Archibek, who marched with the Blue Knights and then returned as an instructor or designer with one of our Blue Knights ensembles. Or how about our other Blue Knights alumni like Doug Kelly, Jason Shin, Susan Ballone, Alex Factor, Becky Paschke, Angela Sapienza, and Ashley Dreher, who continue to volunteer their time year after year. And our hardworking admin team, Heather Brown, Jaime Martinez, Ethan Goddard, CJ Garcia, Ricky Grasso, Jordan Huerta, as well as many others who have led our Blue Knights safely traveling over 10,000 miles from coast to coast each summer. And how about our selfless volunteers who have given decades of their time and energy, such as Lynn and George Lindstrom, Dinah and Dell Owens, Rosalie Danskin, Phyllis and Joe Ratterman, Sandy Ferry, Gail and John Hipke, Thelma and Victor Fong, and Ken Adams, to name just a few. The leadership of our executive directors has led the Blue Knights to achieve performance excellence in Drum Corps International since the organization was founded in 1958 by Fred and Faye Taylor. You know, when Mark Arnold took the reins of the Drum Corps in 1985, he not only elevated the ensemble's performance in DCI competition, but he continuously sought ways to provide the best experience for our Blue Knights for over 35 years as our longest running director. I would also like to share my appreciation for my wife, Jordan, who is also a Blue Knights alum. She not only supports me, but also gives back as a current staff member for Ascent Performing Arts. Now, behind the scenes, the work of our board of directors over the past several decades has ensured the Blue Knights not only survived difficult times, but found new ways to thrive in support of music education, performance, and outreach in the Rocky Mountain region. The creation of Ascent Performing Arts, partnering with our local circuits, RMPA, RMCGA, and our Colorado music educators, achieves that vision of supporting and promoting the performing arts for thousands of young performers each year through our 4 mission areas of education, ensembles, events, and entertainment. And thank you to our current board chair, Janet Archibek, and our board of directors for not giving up on our Blue Knights during a global pandemic. They continue to fight for our existence for another 60 years. You know, and speaking of which, these are no doubt challenging times, but I go on. And thanks to our alumni, volunteers, supporters, and BK family, the Blue Knights will go on and continue to be a leader in the performing arts with your continued support. All of you, and those I didn't get a chance to mention, you are the reason I came back to serve the Blue Knights and Ascent Performing Arts year after year. From Bahrain to Taiwan, thank you for giving me something amazing to come back to. And with that said, I am deeply humbled by this honor and congratulate my fellow Hall of Fame inductees on their deserved recognition. It is an honor to be a part of this group of amazing people.
Well, I gather that we're assembled here to acknowledge the involvement of Marion and I in putting the Blue Knights Drum and Bugle Corps back together and on the road to good times. That's the right way to put it. And it was a big job. But our whole life, Marion and mine together, was all about Blue Knights. How can we put it back together? How can we make it work? And are we up to the task and pay our bills? There were some wonderful people that worked with us. Should be recognized too.
Hey there, Blue Knights. I want to start by noting that none of this is possible without the mentorship and the tutelage of Mark Arnold. Thank you, Mark, for the life lessons, for the wisdom, and the constant reminder to look within to better serve outwardly. I have to admit, it felt like I was dangling off the side of a dime when I received my induction letter. Amongst these titans of women and men who have served and represented the Blue Knights with dignity, class, and altruism, phrases like incredibly humbling and an enormous honor strike me as tragic understatements. I'm proud to serve our community and represent the Blue Knights through teaching and making music. The values and skills that I strive to instill in my students, I learned largely through my experiences here. I joined this group quiet, reserved, and motivated by fear. Thankfully, our family of strong individuals cultivated me, allowed me to be authentic to who I was while showing me who I could become. I used to think that every step that I took musically, physically, and mentally in my journey got me one step closer to becoming that Blue Knight. And I've come to learn recently that I've had it backwards for a long time. I've always been a Blue Knight. Our values are not a destination, but a constant mindset and a state of being. We never stop putting one foot in front of the other, and for sharing that with me and teaching me that, you all have my everlasting gratitude. Congratulations to my fellow inductees in the class of 2020, many of whom have directly and deeply impacted my personal journey as a Blue Knight, and I'm truly thrilled to be enshrined with you all. Thank you to the Hall of Fame committee for their consideration and for believing in me. I promise to honor this acknowledgement by continuing to share my love for people and for the arts with our community and the world. I encourage us all to remember that we can do and be anything through the gift of music. May we all keep striving to seek truth, do our best, and be kind. I hope everyone is staying healthy and sane in this singularly extraordinary year. I go on, and we go on. Thank you again.